Last time our gladiator faced down Blackfathom Depths, Grenka the Harpy with her hundreds of mates to test our endurance, Steelsnap the Hyena, an enraged Panther, Rockalim the Earth Elemental to test our strength, Arikara an elite Wind Serpent, hundreds of Silithus Scarabs, all of the raptors we could muster, armies of Bloodscalp Trolls, Sindal an Ancient Tiger and Stranglethorn, and hit level 40. This time we have new challenges to face. New challenges that'll be better faced in a suit of plate armor. So first thing I did was go to the auction house and spend some of my tiger meat and raptor flesh profits on some shiny new gear. With our sturdy new plate equipped, I also went and reset my talents to go full deep prot. This wasn't because I wanted to do some tanking, but because apparently whenever you use Shield Slam, you get a huge attack power buff. So I wanted to see how that went. Our new rotation is basically just a Shield Slam on cooldown, Revenge whenever possible, Keep Rend up, Thunderclap on cooldown, and Whirlwind on cooldown, with stuns thrown in as needed, and of course Victory Rush after every kill. Next important step was to head over to Brill, learn how to ride and buy our skeletal horse to make getting around that much easier. After sussing out my options, I went with the purple horse, because it just seemed like our best option. Rode back up to the Zeppelin Tower and made my way straight back to Stranglethorn, where I was once again killing raptors to test my new strength and hopefully get some more flesh to fill my bags with gold. They went down easy enough. The new rotation felt a bit clunky, but I'll put that down to me still learning the new playstyle. From there I was back up north to kill Bloodscalp Trolls again, and accidentally pulled like 3 packs at once. And while it wasn't super fast, I did get them all down. I definitely felt tankier than the Fury build I was previously running. I found my first target among the Bloodscalp, Nuzlocke the Dire, a shaman with a bad attitude. Put him down with a bunch of other Bloodscalp like he was just another trash mob. Next up was Ganzula, the chief of the Bloodscalp here in Stranglethorn. He went down with 4 other Bloodscalp mobs. They went down easy enough, but he took a little while because my single target damage was definitely lacking. Back in Gromgol, I turned in those couple quests to a cauldron and headed back out. Next up was killing some stronger, scarier raptors. These were actually a bit of an issue. Took me so long to kill them, and even with the gear I'd bought off the auction house, I was definitely lacking in power. At my level, I should be at least in like Noma raid gear to deal with how much stronger stuff is inside, but I could deal with it. It's just a slower grind. After a couple more raptors down, we hit level 41, 19 to go. Next up, I was back to dealing with VentureCo and shutting down a mining operation they had going. These guys had a crazy aggro range, so I almost always ended up fighting groups of them, which actually got pretty hairy with their casts and high damage output and my slow kill speed. But for my troubles, I was rewarded with an enormous ogre belt, which is a rare belt that I could actually use, and it was actually a pretty big upgrade, so I threw it on. After that, I was dealing with my next troll nemesis, the Skull Splitter tribe. So I did what I did best. Charged in, pulled huge groups of them and AoE'd them down, popping cooldowns and still getting low, but living. That recipe continued up towards the ruins they were living in, and I may have pulled way too much. Almost died and had to fear everything away, which in turn pulled more mobs in, but at least gave me time to get some damage out so I could start killing mobs and start getting my health back through Victory Rush. It was rough and I had to use pretty much all my kit, but managed to get through them. However, living through those large packs just boosted my confidence to keep doing it, so every chance I got, I'd go in and pull 4 or 5 trolls and just AoE them down with shield slams left and right, shockwaves to chunk and stun them all. This new protection style gladiator was actually going pretty smooth. Following last episode's theme of killing elite mobs, next up I was facing Bagthera, an elite panther. He wasn't terribly difficult, but it did take me a while, and I did pull a couple random mobs with him just to be able to kill them and Victory Rush him at the right time to heal up a chunk of health. Went and turned in those couple quests in Gromgol and Nessingware's camp and hit level 42. 18 left, and we got a shoulder upgrade, which was nice. I made my way to Swamp of Sorrows next, and for some reason I just didn't record it, but I got an entire level there, so I guess we probably did some quests, killed some things, collected some stuff, the usual. 43. 17 to go. From there I zipped over to Tanaris because I was so sick of all this jungle and needed some dirt between my toes. The first order of business was to slay a bunch of Waste Wander thieves because they deserved it. Following that, I killed a bunch of Waste Wander bandits. Because, you know, what's the difference between a thief and a bandit, really? Then I went back to Gadgetzan, told the goblins I'd dealt with the Waste Wander guys, and returned some water to them. A short trip over the mountain range put me back into Thousand Needles, back to the Mirage Raceway to turn in some quests that we got done over in STV. Then, just because I'd bounced around enough already in this level range, I was off to Dustwallow Marsh, probably my most hated zone in WoW. It's just so marshy. And we were here for so long. I had to kill Black Dragonkin because they were doing something with Elixir, I assume. I don't know. They were bad, so I had to kill them. And and I had to kill lots, and I had to collect a lot of stuff from them, and it just took forever. I think I was here for almost 2 hours to do like 3 quests. I don't know if this is really my best option for leveling right now, but I was following rested XP and it hadn't really led me astray yet, but it did get us to 44, so that's a nice bonus. While I was there, I also took out Deadmire, a huge grey crocodile alligator thing. I don't know, he's got 6 legs, so I don't know what he is, but he dies all the same. Crocolisk, I guess that's what they call him in WoW. The mix between a crocodile and a basilisk. Who knows. Turning those couple quests in back in Brackenwall Village gets us halfway through 44, and because we're bouncing around like a ping pong ball, I'm heading back to Tanaris. We set up a water widget thing and get attacked by a couple scarves, but they're no problem for Murmillo. I turn that quest in on my way over to take out Caliph Scorpid Sting next, a leader of the sort of thieves and bandits and Wastewander people, whatever. I take him down and hopefully in the process slow down the Wastewander fellas from doing their thing. Turned that in, hit 45. Took a long flight up to Ashenvale because it was time to get some of the boosted XP from Nightmare Incursions. As much as I hated these things when they actually came out, this version that you can only do once a day is so much better. The XP is still nutty, but the Gulch gets terrible. After picking up all the quests I could do, I headed into the Nightmare to kill Dragonkin, Dragon Whelps, collect an egg, info reports, kill some trees, kill a bunch of Satyr, get another information report and some sort of prophecy, get into a big fight with a bunch of Satyr and another tree that I slowly take down, tell some bird to come with me, collect an engine, collect some more information, find another night elf bird, get her to come with me, find some night elf dude, get him to come with me, then take all 3 of the night elves to the ramp leading out of the nightmare so they can get to safety. And just like that, the Nightmare Incursion is complete. Time to hand it all in, hit level 46 and halfway through 47. Huge chunk of XP for about 20 minutes work. Super efficient. After that, we flew down to Feralas. We are really hitting like every zone this episode. I start collecting all the available quests for Camp Mojache, then get to work taking out the Woodpaw Gnolls from their encampments surrounding Mojache. They're nicely clumped in groups for me to just AoE them down without issue, is what I thought, until I pulled a huge group that netted me and dead zoned me, so I had to pop all my cooldowns and take that group down. Still got it, but it wasn't easy, especially when they all started running away and shooting me and social aggroing more mobs to come and fight me. Victory Rush definitely came in clutch. After that, I was off to collect some ogre underwear from shiny blue spots on the ground and to kill ogres, so I got to work doing just that. Like the gnolls, they were in nice groups for us already, so I was able to just walk around and AoE them down. They were a little annoying with the knockups and casters, but no issue with all the control in our kit. Back to Mojache, I turned in those few quests before heading out again to kill some fairy dragons. Always thought these guys were cool, not sure why I was really killing them. Then more gnolls. I know why I'm killing them, and happy to do it, especially with them sitting in groups at their camps just waiting for me. I just went camp to camp murdering every group of Woodpaw gnolls I could find. It was actually pretty fun. I even helped out some other dude that was leveling that overpulled. Nice to actually see other people out in the world with how much the population was already declining. And from murdering all these gnoll camps, I hit 47. 13 left, almost the final stretch. Back to Mojache, I turned those couple quests in, then headed straight back out. I was in the groove now. It was time to take down some Grim Totem Tribe Taurens. Whoa, that's hard to say. The bad guy Taurens. So I did what I do best. Walked into their camp, pulled the whole neighborhood and beat the crap out of a lot of them, smashing my shield into their faces and taking their horns to prove my work. Turned a couple more quests in and I was off to the Silithid caves because who doesn't like a little bug extermination? I took out the big groups of nasty Silithid scarabs without too much issue. It just took a while because damage was getting lower and lower. Making my way out of the caves, I found and killed Stinglasher, big bad Silithid of Feralas. One giant wasp put down for the greater good. After that, I was off to deal with yet again more ogres, the Gordunny ogres this time, and the quest was pretty simple, just take out shitloads of all sorts of these big boys and collect an orb off one of the mages. So I got to work taking out the small groups of them all over this area. At the same time, I found some wind serpents whose spirits I needed to have a chat with, so got to work on that as well. Eventually killed enough ogre mages to find the orb I was after, so pocketed that and peaced out. Stole a hippogriff egg from the cliffs in the south and then commenced to take out a shitload of hippogriffs for their long, elegant feathers. Not sure why, but I'm guessing it's for a quest later. Again, trusting our XP here because I don't actually know what this is for. But it was a bit of a grind killing enough for those to get the feathers to drop, so good XP and actually decent gold. Eventually we actually hit level 48 from killing all them weird birds. 12 left. Killed another couple wind serpents to have a yarn with their spirits. Didn't learn anything interesting. Then made my way to a Yeti cave because that always sounds like a good idea, right? Grinded my way through the Yeti meat like a chainsaw. Killed Yeti after Yeti in those caves until nothing was left but a pile of stinky Yeti corpses missing their prized back fur that I needed to collect. With that complete, I made my way back to town and turned in all the quests I'd completed, giving us a huge chunk of XP sitting at halfway to 49. Cruised over to Thunder Bluff from there to turn in Deadmire for a bit more XP, and then back to Orgrimmar, turn in that orb quest from the ogres and a couple more, landing a nice upgrade to our shoulders and a new cape. And this one's long and red. Real pretty. From there it was a new day and that meant one thing. doing the Nightmare Incursion again, and because our XP told me to. So I went and did the exact same thing as before, this time hitting level 49 while killing the satyrs. With everything complete, I left and turned in for a huge chunk of XP, sitting at just over halfway through 49. Back again in STV, I had to deal with an elite Elder Saltwater Croc. No issue for our seasoned Gladiator. Did take a while though with our low single target damage, and because I was back in STV and could see those raptors eyeballing me, who had already made me so much gold with their flesh, I decided it was time to test my strength. Now, a much higher level and way more powerful, I pulled the entire group and almost died. But with fear and cooldowns, I managed to take them all down, but it was rough. I couldn't actually heal because they were all grey mobs now, so I had to fight them the old-fashioned way. No heals, just grit. From there, I was looking for Tethys, the elite raptor, and couldn't find him, so started just doing the rounds of raptors in the area. Because they were a higher level, it meant more XP and I could heal. So easier than actually doing the low level ones. And it's better than just standing there doing nothing. Eventually I found Tethys, loaded him up with Sunder Armors and slowly whittled his health down before taking him out. Back at Nessingwary's camp, I turned in those quests and went back to Gromgol to hand in the others I'd completed before taking a flight down to Booty Bay to hand in my last couple quests and dinging level 50. Level 40 and 50 both dinged in the same inn in Booty Bay. Weird. I flew back to Gromgol after visiting the bank in Booty Bay and collecting all my green heals or Stranglethorn pages. Go speak to old mate at the Nessarina camp, turn in all those pages to complete his book. Terrible XP for it considering we're now level 50, but good to get all that crap out of my bank and now I could sell the spares without worrying about selling ones I needed. And that takes us to the end of another episode. 40 to 50 done. Now for the final leg of our Gladiators leveling journey, 50 to 60. It's only getting harder as mobs scale up more and more, and we aren't really doing any dungeons to get any gear, but relying on our AoE grinding quests, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Another 10 levels down, just 10 more to go. The mobs hit harder and the gear's not keeping up. And we're still avoiding dungeons. But Murmillo isn't done yet. Not by a long shot.